Alright, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for some more God of War. We just killed who I'm assuming is Baldur, because, well, his power set really fits with Baldur.
I think we have a complete set of those now.
Oh wait, did I find the last piece of the, I must have found the last toy that we were looking for around here. Cool. So I fought a stranger. And this stranger was a god who claims to be able to not feel pain or damage done to him, and claims to be invulnerable. And in Norse mythology, the pretty boy god Baldur is the only one that actually has that same power set. I know this because Baldur, his story goes that one night he started to have dreams of his death.
Who was he?
So his mother Frigg, the wife of Odin, goes forth and has everything, every object and creature, their soul, every type of creature or, like, material on the world, she has pledge to do no harm to him except for mistletoe. Because mistletoe is a piddly plant, it could never be used to harm anybody. In order to make sure that he could never be harmed. And then Loki, during the party that they're using to celebrate the fact that he can't be hurt anymore and he could never possibly die, finds out from Frigg that she never bothered to talk to the plant mistletoe. And so he makes a spear of mistletoe and has one of his brothers, who's blind, chuck it at him, and then it hits home in his heart and kills him instantly.
Their food. Draugr.
So, if it is Baldur, we just need to get some arrows or like a spear made of mistletoe and give it to our son, and we could just kill his ass.
You will be attacked by all manner of creature. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering. Do not allow yourself to feel for them. They will not feel for you.
I understand.
So now that our home has been thoroughly crunked and is clearly not safe anymore, we need to leave it and start going on our journey to fulfill our wife Faye's request of spreading her ashes at the top of the tallest peak.
Why don't you help me up there? I can get a better look.
Hold on, Atreus. So, I'm sure this is going to become not a shocker to anyone who goes ahead and Googles the Norse mythology of a character named Faye, F-A-Y-E. But Faye is a giantess, a human-sized one, because that's just how they portray her in this particular game, who, surprise, surprise, in Norse mythology, is the mother of Loki. So, we are, in that case, if we're going by Norse mythology, we are the wind giant that is known for having really powerful strength and deadly blows, the likes of which are known to kill gods. Which fits pretty well, if I'm honest about it. So we got another puzzle here to keep this bridge from moving, so we're just gonna do that. And, come on you, let's go up. Come on Loki, up you go. I'm now officially going to refer to him as Loki for the rest of this playthrough, off and on. So, yeah. I would say that that's a spoiler, but again, if you know anything about Norse mythology, it's not a mystery.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Alright, up we go. So I think there's at least one, yeah, there's like a chest over here that we can get.
An offering cask? Mother said Odin's disciples fill them with gifts and hang them where things can't reach them. That one looked really old.
Foolish.
What is? Worshipping the gods?
Oh, that's right, I forgot that this is a thing over
You
here.
should not pray to monsters.
I forgot that there's like this bucket over here with like 10 bucks in it. And I can go ahead and open it in order to get some free money. Okay, well, one second. This will be a slightly delayed room.
How are you gonna get across now?
Dude, I will just put the thing back. Just relax yourself. So, the funny thing about how all of this mythology works that we're going to see pretty soon here is that Loki is our son, and Loki is the son of three primary characters that are responsible for both Ragnarok and for a lot of the mythology that we're already neck deep in. So it's going to be interesting how they tie all that together later in the game. I haven't gotten that far. I've gotten as far as to going to the realm of the elves when I played this game. But, you know, it's good stuff. And I love this game, again, because I am a huge fan of Norse mythology. It's not only something that I think is really fun, but it's also my heritage as somebody who's both German and Norwegian. So it's great. I love this shit. It's 10 out of 10 material right here. So let's do some climbing. Whee!
Will we see others on the road?
Yes.
Friendly?
No.
They'll try and rob us?
Possibly. Yes.
Oh.
Alright, I think we're gonna come back here at some point for some reason later in the game. The reason for that, I'm not sure why. But just to be sure, I'll make sure that I kick down every chain in my path just to make actually, wait. Better make sure that there's not actually like a thing I should get there now. Because obviously this has been put here for a reason. So that just goes down to where we were before to go get that chest. So maybe this is here because I figure at this vantage point you'll notice there's a glowing thing over there. Okay, I get it. So something I've already learned about this game is that you should really double check every area that you're in because there's glowy goodness everywhere. Like right here with all these aspen trees.
Look. All this time, there's been a protection stave around our entire woods. But the stave's broken there. Did you cut those down?
She had marked the tree she wished used for her pyre.
Why'd she do that?
Come. No looking back now.
So, basically, our wife, Faye, is probably a giantess because of all this. And she has an intricate knowledge of magic and Norse powers. And what a stave is a stave in Norse mythology is, think of it as like a pictogram, like a really intricate rune that has a bunch of smaller runes made up of it that you use to either grant yourself prowess in battle, to put fear into your enemies, or to grant a blessing of protection. So in the case of this circle, she engraved a bunch of runes onto all the aspen trees, because aspen trees and elm trees and ash trees in Norse mythology have their own unique sort of mythical power. And she planted or grew a grove of aspen trees around the whole of this property that we were living to conceal us and protect us against Odin and his ilk. And she requested that we cut down some of those trees when she died in order to put into motion a chain of events that would require Kratos to become a good father, or at least to open up to his son, and then probably to kill the gods because she knows that Kratos does that. It's time for him to move on from this place, mostly I would guess, and to move on from her death, because she's probably pretty sure that he'd just stay here and linger for a long time instead of getting over her death, which, you know what? Good for her. I think that's really a good memento to leave to somebody when you die.
So, how long will it take to get to the mountain?
I do not know.
Before winter falls?
I do not know.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in an area here with Draugr.
Fire?
That's always
On my
fun.
mark.
Well, that didn't quite work out. My range isn't what I'm used to right now. Don't you hurt my kid. How dare you, you assholes. I will murder your faces. Right now, in fact. I'm gonna rip you in half like a phone book. This shit is not gonna fly with me, buckaroo. I love throwing this axe. It's like my favorite thing in this game. It's one of the first things I'm going to be upgrading to once we have the ability to do that. Oh, we've got magic users now that are able to wield flame magic from Muspelheim. That is, of course, the realm of fire. And this is just explaining to us that if there's an arrow on our butt that tells us if people are going to sneak up on us, and if it flashes red, they're going to touch our butt. So I don't want that to happen, so we're going to not let that happen. And we can quick turn if we need to.
Be ready, boy.
And I am definitely not going to let the fire users get a chance to do anything to us. Oh, I bet you think you're real fancy up there, do you? Fine, I can do that. No, we're not dealing with that guy up on the hill. We're gonna kill him first, and then we're gonna kill all of his friends. Are you healing, you piece of shit? Oh, fine. I'll just do this the old-fashioned way. We'll use frost magic to kill you, easy peasy style. Because this is a game of counters. Obviously, frost magic counters fire magic and that sort of shit. So we will be using that to its most fullest
What
effect.
was that? Did I help?
If you want to help, distract them. Whoever is not my focus should be yours, but only when safe to do so.
I can do that.
So as we go through this game, we're going to be talking about, or we're going to be teaching Atreus, Loki, how to fight so that he can stay alive when we're not around, because Kratos is a god of war. He's pissed off a lot of people, he's killed a lot of gods. He's pretty high up in the probably should be stabbed and killed list, as far as other immortals are concerned. Which is unfortunate, because I feel like in this point in time, Kratos could do with a nice little homely experience to just be a father and just relax, but that's not quite into the heart of the cards here. And Atreus, as much as he might not like to know about it, because we haven't told him yet, I don't think. In fact, that's a good question. Is Atreus part god? I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure he's our biological son, just like the daughter that we inadvertently killed in a previous game. But, you know, we'll figure that out at some point.
Boy,
Sir. There's a Jötnar settlement ahead.
Jötnar,
Giants.
you can read the writing.
Some. Just the language his mother knew. But they're all sort of connected, so sometimes I can feel my way through stuff.
So I would guess that the Jötnar settlement probably means that this is going to be a big town in the area, which is going to mean a lovely ruin. I mean, the answer is I already have been here, so I kind of know already, but yeah. It's a thing. We're going to go check it out. It's going to be great. Yeah. Oh, it's one of these fucking things. You know what? You're just a butt. I know that hell is not the best place to be if you're a warrior, but Helheim, it's an okay place. The way that they portray Helheim in this particular game
Space your shots.
is not
Speed costs
too far off base, but Helheim's also not the worst place you could be. So this is still an unknown entity, but I'm pretty sure this is like an outcast from Helheim. These are like cursed souls that can't quite move on, that happen to have scrabbled their way away from hell. So this says, what is this thing? It looks like a reaver, but its voice sounds so strange. Even Father doesn't know. And it says, these enemies become enraged and super aggressive when you're frosted. So if we let it get a few hits on us, we'll become slowed and frozen and have to deal with it. But it's best to avoid their frost blast attack. I've never let them get that far, so I'm not too worried about it.
Hey, I think there's a chest over there.
Ooh, I do like chests. Both the physical kind and the titty kind, so let's go see what this is about. Hopefully it's a rather nice upgrade. This is Hell's Touch. Ooh, I like this. This is a nice upgrade for our starter of the game. So basically, we're able to have two kinds of special abilities slotted at any one time. We're able to have a fast attack and a heavy attack, and when we hold our shield and press one of them, they do something special. In this case, this is an AoE that will allow us to stun enemies. It's kind of like a blind. It just does a bright light, and then it does all sorts of fun things. And I'm going to be using the hell out of these because this is an easy way to cheese the game, is by overuse of these weapons. So if I hold my shield up and I press R1 for the light attack, it does a little AoE ability. And then if I wait long enough, you see there's a rune next to my axe in the lower right or lower left-hand corner. It'll recharge if I just sit here. So if I'm fighting something scary later, and it's really powerful and I want to get an upgrade really early in the game, I can just piss around and run away from them for a while until my superpowered abilities get charged back up. Which I'm a big fan of. Let's be honest here. If I can cheese parts of this game in different ways, I'm definitely going to. Alright, so let's move on. I want to go see this giant settlement. I'm sure it's gone to shit because everything else has in this game. It's a God of War game. That's kind of goes with the territory.
Not yet.
It's fine.
Come on, Loki, you stupid shit. You're gonna get yourself murdered. These bridges are old. Come on, kid. Let's go here.
Father, help!
Hang on.
Hurry!
Oh,
Stay.
classic Loki.
Almost
For those of us who know about Norse mythology, am I right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a lot of dead
That wasn't
Draugr.
so bad.
Slow down. Your haste will cost us.
Yeah, so this is your classic, don't be too exuberant, kid. You're gonna get us killed kind of a moment.
More Draugr. But these aren't moving. Are they dead? I mean, more dead?
I mean, they might be.
Boy.
That's a pretty common thing in this game, is to find petrified Draugr, some of whom are already corpsing it up.
Remember, accuracy over speed.
Oh, there's more of them. Let's throw a couple axes at them and back off a little. I noticed in this game that you can interrupt a lot of enemies by simply hitting them a few times with your axe at range. And heavy attacks pretty soon here in this game are going to become my bread and butter for exploiting the everything. Alright, we can stun some of these guys. Easy kills. Love it, love it. And I love that they basically explode into lava when you go mano-a-mano with them. Alright, let's kill these range dudes first, because I don't like dealing with them if I can avoid it. Do a heavy attack. Are you a frickin' fire user too? You butt. Come here, you. I'm not done with you yet. You're gonna learn today, bucko. I'm gonna rip you in half like a phone book. Ever since I played Doom, I just got reminded why I absolutely love visceral kills. It's just such a beautiful way to murder your enemies when they're a giant pile of shit. Okay, that's kind of the end of that fight sequence for now. But I know for a fact there's some goodies up here that I really want to get at.
Look at this.
And I don't know how to reach them. Something's up there. There's like a dead body with goodies up there. But I might have to do this next thing first. Let's read what this runestone says.
Oh, this used to be a marketplace. The giants used to gather here to trade with the gods a long time ago.
Alright. Trade grounds. Found what used to be a marketplace where the gods and giants would meet to trade. Okay. Uh-oh.
There's something up there!
Something big and hefty's a little pissed off up there, eh? Come on! I know you want to come say hi to me, Draugr. Let's go. Come on, bud. Ow. Come on, bud. I know you can do better than that. Alright, fine. Have it your way. Bye. Oh, you guys really want me to fight this, huh? Alright, fine. Fortunately, this is the part where they'll start attacking the kid, and I don't really want that to happen. Yeah, don't attack my son, you assholes. Took a long time to make that, and I'm not gonna deal with your bullshit. Bye. Do I have an easy way to cheese this? Of course I do, because it's a lot of fun before I get more powerful weapons and abilities. Work smarter, not harder, everybody. So these are just big, heavy Draugr. They deflect your throwing attacks. They do a bunch of really annoying stuff. The long story short is not really my problem anymore. So let's see if we can get up here, because I know there's something up here, but I don't know how to get it. And I also want to kill Odin's crow, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. A lot of things in this game, if you kill enough of them, have an experience reward. So, yeah, that's really all there is to it. It looks like a lot of people had a violent death here, which is why there's so many Draugr knocking around. So let's make sure we maximize our money. So you see right up there, you see that dead guy? That guy has got an item. I don't know what it is. And frankly, I thought that if I played this game again from the beginning, I'd be able to get back up there from this arena if I backtracked, but I could never quite get the ability to backtrack here. But it would seem that you have to just get later in the game and come back. So, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it now. Oh well, the good news is that this is a more open world style game than your traditional God of War, so we'll deal with that later.
Stay close.
Can I upgrade any of my skills yet? I hope so. Let's see here. I would like to have a heavy throw attack. Is that this one? No, it is not. It must be this one. So this is one of my favorite upgrades. Is this going to let me get it? Apparently I've purchased this, so I have to wait till I get my axe to level 2. In fact, it's looking like most of my abilities I have to get to level 2 to get the goodies for. But this is another one of my favorite abilities that lets me do a charge attack to cleave enemies in half. I've cheesed a lot of bosses so far with this. This is an okay upgrade. Let's get that. And then we'll have to wait till we get more experience for the rest.
What is that?
I hear an old lady chanting Viking magic, and I don't like it. Let's just put it that way. So anytime you hear a disembodied voice that's not calling out to you that sounds cranky and old, there's a pretty good chance it's evil and wants to kill you. But we'll talk about that once we find out who this is.
So we're going towards
It's weird that this stuff doesn't show up on subtitle, but whatever. Where are you, you old asshole lady? Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is basically a witch. That's the takeaway here. And these guys are annoying because every time you try to attack them, they will run away. So we have to kind of deal with them by using Atreus to shoot his arrows because he's faster than they can react. Which forces us to use the mechanic in the game where we unilaterally interact with our son to control his attacks.
Never thought I'd see one up close.
And that was a Revenant. So in this game, a Revenant is a practitioner of a magic art called Sadir. And Sadir is basically rune magic practiced by Norse shamans. It's what Odin uses as magic to do all of his crazy rune crafting and stuff. And it's also the type of magic primarily used by Freya and the Vanir gods. Because Norse gods are split into two factions that, outside of this game, are united as the human gods of Norse mythology. The Aesir, which is Odin and Thor, and all of their friends and colleagues and sons and daughters, and the Vanir, which are more like druidic style nature gods that do a lot of magic, and so forth. Okay, so there's a thing down here that I can get. Is there any hanging... Here it is. This I want. You gotta constantly be looking up for goodies that are hanging from the ceiling in this game. I'm not sure how many of them are useful. So Revenants are users of the shamanistic magic. And traditionally, a Revenant is just somebody who's dead, who's a powerful magic user, or just a spirit that refuses to pass on, that doesn't want to go anywhere. In this case, the Revenants are magic users that give up portions of their humanity for increased amounts of magic and power, until they become no longer human and they can't pass on from this
I told
world.
you, boy. I know nothing more of it.
So in this case, they're just really annoying witches that I want to murder because they're assholes.
I guess we need to get back up there. But how?
Follow me.
So I feel like that's a good spot to end off for right now. We'll continue on this ruins moving forward. Until then, I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.